This video is intended for students in Dr. Love's Bible 110 New Testament class, and it is meant to be a tool for you to remember and help you memorize the books that are represented in this chart here in an acronym. So I do not include Matthew through Romans, as they're the first 6 books of the New Testament: Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts, and Romans, in that order, and they're also in that order on this chart. So just make sure you have that understood before going into this system, and hopefully also you know that Revelation is the last book of the Bible, and it is also the last book on this chart. So just remember those 6 and remember Revelation, and you are ready to dive into this system. And the system I have in play is actually an acronym for all these letters in order. How I go about doing this is that I start on the left here with Galatians, and I go down in the period, and then I skip over, and then I go down, over, down, and just like that it follows suit until you reach 3 John, and that's going to be the last word. So it goes as follows: Gentle Jesus taught the corrupt children respect. GJTTCCR. Next one is every child patiently prayed to the Prince of Peace. ECPPTTPP. And I know you're thinking, how do we know that that's not going to be represented by a letter here? It's a filler word. Just remember that in the New Testament, there's no book of the Bible that starts with the letter O. So even if you do end up representing O in this system here, you're going to get yourself in a pickle, since there's no book of the Bible that starts with O, since Obadiah is in the Old Testament, and you're going to end up omitting it anyway. So just remember, Obadiah is not in the New Testament. And then the next one is they healed for Jesus. And instead of thinking of 4 J words in a row, I just put the word for. I figured that would be a lot easier, and it is. So just remember that for Jesus is 4 J's, represents 4 J books of the Bible in order. It's a lot easier to remember if you write the number 4 instead of the word for. So just keep that in mind, and you should be good to go. I tried to make these all related so it'd be easier to remember. So hopefully that is easier for you guys. So go ahead, write this down, go through it a few times, and I found it really easy to remember these books of the Bible in order. A couple questions you may have are, one, there are a couple P's here. There's quite a few J's, and then there's some T's and some C's that these words all start with the same letter. How do I know which books of the Bible go where? Like, how do I know, for example, that this P is Philippians, Philemon, or one of the Peters? And I found, which is pretty cool how it works in this system, is that when you go through here and you go through the canonical order of the books of the New Testament, they actually coincide in regards to the first letter. So say you're trying to figure out which P this is. You can actually go through Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts, Romans, 1 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians. Philippians is the first book in the New Testament that starts with P, and it's also the first P on this chart here, or in this acronym. So you know that Philippians is going to be the first book. And then Philippians, Colossians, 1 Thessalonians, 2 Thessalonians, 1 and 2 Timothy, Titus, and Philemon. Philemon is the second P on this chart. It's the second P in canonical order, so you know it's going to go here. And it actually follows suit for all of the books in this acronym, except for 2 exceptions, which are pretty easy to remember anyway. Just remember that in Bible order, Jude comes after the Johns, but on this chart, Jude comes before the Johns. So just remember to clump the Johns right here on the right side of the chart. And the other exception is that normally Titus would come after the Timothys, but in this case it's below 1 Timothy. An easy way to remember that is that 2 Timothy goes with the second Roman imprisonment. So second, you should be good to go. Other than that, I think you guys are ready to go. Hopefully this was helpful and you'll do well in the exams that pertain to this.